Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to Nasra Public School online teaching system. Welcome to grade 9 and 10 physics class. Our topic for today's class is errors, accuracy and relation of proportionality. Let's have a look at recap. Previously, we have discussed that scientific notation is a way of writing very large or very small numbers. A measuring instrument is a device for measuring a physical quantity. A vernier caliper is a measuring tool that is very precise and more commonly used in engineering as well as in physics and biological methodologies. The micrometer screw gauge is used to measure even smaller dimensions than the vernier calipers. The smallest value that can be measured by the measuring instrument is called its least count. And if the zero of the main scale doesn't coincide with the zero of the vernier and circular scale, then the instrument has an error called zero error. Now, have a look at students' learning outcome for today's lesson before starting our new topic. By the end of the lesson, students will be able to define errors and accuracy, classify different types of errors, and learn about relation of proportionality. Measurements. What is error? While performing experiments, we encounter with many kinds of error. An error is defined as the difference between the measured and actual value. If two persons use the same instruments for performing the same measurements, they will not necessarily come up with the same result. Classification of error. There are three types of errors: personal error, systematic error, and random error. Let's define them. Personal error. It is the error that belongs to the person who is performing the experiment. It may arise due to making an error in reading a scale. In order to record a reading from a scale, you have to line up the object you are measuring with the scale and hold your eyes in one particular position for making a correct observation. It is minimized by taking some careful precautions or by adopting some proper procedure. A random error is also called accidental error. This arises due to experimental conditions, for example, changes in temperature, humidity, voltage, etc., which are beyond the control of a person making measurements. It is caused by unknown and unpredictable changes in the experiment, electronic noise in the circuit, or irregular changes in the heat are some of the examples of random error. We can fix a random error by using an average measurement from a set of measurements. Systematic error. This error is due to fault in the measuring instrument and is usually called zero error, which may be positive or negative. Errors in measurement of temperature due to poor thermal contact between the thermometer and the substance whose temperature is to be found is systematic error. We can remove this error by comparing an instrument with a standard instrument. We can also find whether it is positive error or negative error. Accuracy is the measurement of quantities involved in a phenomenon as close to the actual value as possible. One way of doing this is to take a large number of readings of the same measurement and take their average. It refers to the closeness of a measured value to a standard or known value. Our next topic is relations of proportionality. There are two types of proportions, direct and inverse. Two physical quantities are said to be in direct proportion when one quantity increases with the other physical quantities. The product of these quantities will be constant. The graph between them is a straight line. For example, if I say when any value x increases, value y increases also with the same rate. It means that they both increases at the same time, whereas two physical quantities are said to be in inverse proportion. If one quantity decreases with the increase in the other quantity, the ratio of these physical quantities will be constant. For example, if we increase the speed of vehicle, the time that it takes to cover some distance goes down. It is inverse proportion because the speed is increasing but the time is decreasing. Let us see some examples of direct and inverse proportion. Relation between distance and time. If the distance is doubled, then the time is also doubled. It means the distance increases with time. Therefore, distance is directly proportional to time. Cs is distance and t is time. S is directly proportional to t. When we remove sign of proportionality, we have some constant. Moving t from right hand side to left hand side, as it was multiplying at right after changing positions, it will be divided by s on left. Now we have distance by time equals to constant, and that constant here is the speed of moving body, which is represented by v. The graph between s and t will be a straight line because when s increases, t will increase with it at same rate. Relation between pressure and volume. If we increase the pressure on a cylinder, then the volume of the gas inside the cylinder will decrease. Therefore, pressure P and the volume V are inversely proportional to each other. It is how we write that V is inversely proportional to P, and we know by removing sign of proportionality we get some constant. P is dividing by 1 on right, so when we move it on left, it will be multiplied by V on left. We get P of V is equal to constant. Let's say that K is constant, so it will become P of V equal to K. If we draw a graph between volume and pressure, we will take pressure P along x-axis means on horizontal line and volume V along y-axis means on vertical line. Then we get a slight curve because one value is decreasing while the other is increasing. Summary of today's lesson is: an error is defined as the difference between the measured and the actual value. There are three types of errors. Personal error belongs to the person who is performing the experiment. Random error is also called accidental error, and this arises due to experimental condition. For example, changes in temperature, humidity. Systematic error is due to fault in the measuring instrument and is usually called zero error. Accuracy is the measurement of quantities involved in a phenomenon as close to the actual value as possible. And in direct proportion, as one number increases, so does the other. In inverse proportion, It's exactly the opposite. As one number increases, the other decreases. Assignment of today's class is answer the following questions. Define error. Write down its types. What is accuracy? And differentiate between direct and inverse proportion using examples. That's all for today's class. Thank you.